Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. I'm Jonathan Freedman. Our next guest is Julie Starr. Julie Starr Nutrition. Welcome to Radio Entrepreneurs.
Thank you. Good
So
morning.
tell us a little bit about your company and about what you do and who you do it for.
So my company, Julie Starr Nutrition, has pretty much been in existence for 15 years. I do one-on-one counseling where I help people with not just their nutrition, although that's the major component, but really figuring out what their wellness formula is. So that's why I call myself a nutritionist and wellness strategist. So I work with people, I'd say ages 16 until 60. But the thing that they all have in common is that they're all overachievers in whatever they do. So they're like multitaskers. They have full lives, and they feel like if they're going to do one more thing, add one more thing, which could be trying to be healthier, everything's going to topple over. And so that's where I come in. So I really do like concierge work in the sense that you almost feel like you have a nutritionist in your pocket or on your, on your shoulder. And you're like hearing my voice almost every day, which I kind of feel bad about because I have I think an annoying Jewish woman's voice from Connecticut, but that's okay. People don't seem to mind it.
Well, it gets the message across, right? And if they're hearing it does. If they're hearing it continually, right?
Yeah. So I've been doing this 15 years, and outside of doing one-on-one counseling, I do group coaching work. I'd say 3 or 4 times a year, I offer a group program. At this point, it's mostly via Facebook, with Facebook Lives and Instagram Lives. And I do corporate wellness as well, which has actually become quite popular in the last year to try to keep employees motivated and staying healthy, especially during COVID and now a post-COVID transition.
So it sounds as though, obviously in your world, a lot of what you do is very individualized, right? For an individual. And you talked about people that come to you very often are high achievers. And I guess if I was going to deconstruct that, it sounds as almost they're looking to optimize their situation. And I would imagine that to do that, you really have to break down, do they keep diaries? They come to you, is that one of the first things you ask somebody to do is give me a 7-day, a 30-day, or whatever that time frame is of what exactly are you putting into your body?
Yes. So I should say that there is a pretty large part of my clientele that have disordered eating. And if you come to me for that, you really won't be food recording. I like to just put that out there because that, I always am very mindful of that. I don't want to trigger anything. But yes, if you do not have that in your background, then everybody is going to be food journaling. I use an awesome platform that's HIPAA compliant. So basically, everybody has their own profile where they can send me photos, any messages they send me, the menu of where they're going to go to eat, the supermarkets, everything. So they should do that before we meet and then throughout our counseling. So I offer 3-month and 6-month sessions. So throughout the program, it's a lot about accountability. So they're writing not just what they eat, but when they're exercising. Everything is virtual at this point. So if weight loss or weight gain is something that they want, they are recording their weights on certain days, body measurements, pictures of themselves in certain clothes. Clothes on in the photos.
So I was going to ask because so much of it, I think what comes to mind when you think about your nutrition, you think weight loss, but it could be weight gain. It could be different distribution of where they're carrying their weight because everybody is different. So what percentage of the people would you say come to you are looking at something other than weight loss, or is weight loss the predominant driver for people?
It is mostly weight loss. It is. I mean, I've been doing this for a very long time. So
you've probably seen it all.
I've seen it all. And a lot of times people will come to me and they're like, I just want to be healthy. And I'm like, you really want to lose weight? No, but the majority of my clients want to lose weight. But I like to get a little bit more in depth in terms of what they actually really want. Is it just a number on the scale, or is it, like you were saying, parts of their body that they want to be different? So I have this superpower, I guess, where I can look at somebody and I can tell where they can go when it comes to what they look like. And that's not just their body, their muscles or anything. It's like their skin, their eyes, that shows health too, their hair.
So is that the whole package that you're looking to transform and to develop? Is the entire body, including, as you said, hair, skin, all of the above? And
I
is that?
I can tell from shoulders up if somebody is healthy or is well, and also is succeeding in our program. But going back to
We'll have to wait till the video stops and you'll tell me whether you think I'm healthy or not, because
I'm totally
I still haven't
I'm
figured it out.
Yeah. But majority of people do want to lose weight, but especially during this, because of COVID, the average person has gained between 10 and 20 pounds. But there are a lot. I work with college kids. I work with and not just women, men. And there are, a lot of my college students that are male want to build muscle. They have a certain body type that they want to get to. So we do talk about weight gain, building muscle, because I've also been in the fitness industry while I owned a couple yoga and bar studios over the years. I've worked with trainers. So I do talk about their exercise regime a lot and how they can target certain muscle groups. And I also have resources that I consult too about that. I do not do personal training. So, and also with a lot of the teenage girls right now, they're loving their Kardashians. So they have a very different body type that they want to achieve. So a big part of what I do is kind of break down what people want to look like, what people really want to feel like, and what is realistic. Where can they go? And once I teach them what their wellness formula is and their wellness tools, because I call it like the wellness toolbox or tool belt, then they can decide which ones they want to use and what they want to actually do. Because sometimes to get to your ultimate state of wellness, both like inside and outside, it will compromise the lifestyle that you want. So my ultimate goal is to show people what they can't do, and really feel in control and not feel stressed about what they eat and how they move their body. And just feel empowered and confident that they know what to do.
And you talked about, I think you said 3-month or 6-month engagements is typically the way you engage with people.
Yes.
I would imagine, and just, sort of being a young 20-something myself, I realize that these things take time. That 3 to 6 months is the beginning of a journey. That you're setting them on a path that hopefully will carry them into the future. I would imagine the habits and the discipline that you're helping them to develop. There's no magic bullet. It's not, don't do it for 3 months and think this is going to change your life for the future. This is a start, a foundation.
Correct. It's a foundation. And, I have a fascination with food. I always have, even since I was a little girl. I would decide whose house I was going to have a play date with based on what they had in their kitchen. And that's serious. Like, I'm a nutritionist. I
don't blame you.
Love food, all kinds of food. And we've made associations with every food that we've come in contact with, and those associations can be good or bad. And food aversions are one of the hardest things to break. So when you are looking in a program that has to do with shifting what you eat, it is figuring out also why you eat it, what you like about what you're eating, what you don't like about what you're eating, and getting really honest with yourself. So that takes a lot longer than, a habit takes 21 days to break. That's a joke. That it's not 21 days.
I think 21 years.
Yeah. So it takes, it takes doing well. It takes failing. It takes getting back on. And 3 months, I think, is a great amount of time to establish habits. But once you establish those habits, you have to learn how to be adaptable. And adaptability is what leads to success. And I think in not just your wellness program, but I think in life. Right?
And I would think that, again, coming out of a pandemic and people's habits, if you will, somebody's eating a restaurant 5 days a week, suddenly wasn't eating a restaurant 5 days a week. Well, they may be eating takeout 5 days a week, or so
Mhm.
changing those cycles and habits and continually shifting and finding out, it's okay to do this, but that can't become a new habit.
Right.
So really coaching people through how to do it over a consistent long period of time, I would imagine, is where you provide tremendous value. Is really changing the way they think and how they act.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, COVID has definitely brought, I mean, I have a very big following on Facebook, which I'm not bragging about. It's like, whatever. It is what it is. And, but what I've seen via Facebook is that people will cook, people will bake if they want to. Remember all that bread baking people did?
Mm.
People are buying Pelotons. They have the resources, they have skills. It's really, and like, it's so funny because people, like a lot of my clients forget I'm friends with them on Facebook. And when they food record, I'll screenshot photos from their Facebook posts. I'm like, what about those margaritas that I saw last night? Where are those? But it's funny. But so much of what I do is really showing people how to utilize the resources that they have, um, and just filtering out, like, people like to be distracted. We love distractions. So it's like, you
Oh,
don't have to bake bread, okay? Like, great that you did. I'm really happy you baked bread, but can you like eat breakfast? Like
well,
try to,
and to your point, the denial. It wasn't my margarita. Oh, yeah, sure it was.
I'm
Uh,
like, hey guys, drinking White Claws every day, while also being quarantined, like, it's not gonna lead to anything great. Like,
right, right.
but it
Good.
is about making the connections. If um, people continue to do something if they see positive results. So I try, especially early on in the programs with people, is to show people connections. When they do A, it will result in B, and B is positive. If you do D, I'm not very good at this analogy, but if you do something else and then you get a bad thing, don't do it.
Right,
But you have
right.
to see that. So it is just reminding people, hey, remember when you ate this way for a week and you exercised? You felt great. You look better in your clothes because you felt better. Like, reminding them.
Good stuff. It's all related. We're all one being, and got to make sure that it's all connected and all working well together. Julie Starr, owner of Julie Starr Nutrition. What's the best way for people to reach out to you if they want to get in touch with you? Talk more about how you can help them out.
They can go to my website, juliestarrnutrition.com. And
And
there's
that's
a
Starr with 2 R's.
Starr with 2 R's. Yes, yes, juliestarrnutrition.com. I'm also on Instagram at Starr Nutrition, 2 R's. And yeah, those are the best ways.
Great. Good advice, good guidance. It's been a pleasure having you on Radio Entrepreneurs. We thank you for your time, and keep up the good habits and diet and exercise and discipline.
Yeah, mindset.
Absolutely. Julie Starr, it's been a pleasure, and we'll be right back with another story on Radio Entrepreneurs.